After overthinking this for another 2 days, I'm wondering if I interpreted that email from my doctor all wrong. Did I have this wrong? This is a video full of hope. We're pretty sure I'm leaking. We don't know where my leak is, but I'm pretty sure we can be really hopeful right now. Also, I'm really happy to come at you with a happy video after I was like crying in the last video. Hopefully I won't be crying again in this video. Let me go grab Buddy real quick. Buddy! Hey, dude. Oh, good buddy. I told you guys spring sprung, man. Do you hear all this panting? It is hot. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so I don't botch what it says. Oh, by the way, it's Buddy. Look, you're my lock screen. I love you. We are going to discuss details on the 15th, but it's a go. The 15th is my follow-up appointment, but it's a go. When he said it's a go, I assumed he meant myelogram, CT myelogram. But now that I've been thinking for a couple of days, hey, Buddy. Buddy is trying to get his toy from under my studio light. Hold on. Taking a breather was meant to make me breathe less, not breathe more heavy. But here we are. You're so playful. Off duty, he's a bit of a nut job. Okay, so the CT myelogram. The reason I assumed the CT myelogram when he said it is a go is because everybody and their mother has warned me that the MRIs tend to not show you where your leak is. It's very rare to see a leak on your MRI. We suspect that I have a spinal leak, so like somewhere in my spine. They have a brain MRI with and without contrast and a full spine MRI without contrast, but it's fat suppressed. And based on those things, it's a go. Right now I'm in that limbo where I haven't had the follow-up appointment, so it's just rattling in my head where like I don't know what's going on. In the last video when I was crying and it hit me super hard, I really assumed that it's a go meant definitely that CT myelogram. I don't remember whether or not my doctor was one of the people who warned me that I probably wouldn't get an answer from the MRI. But then I was texting with a friend and I sent her a screenshot of the email from the doctor. And actually, this friend is a leaker. She's a leaker who's been patched. So once again, this is a video full of hope. She's patched, she is symptom-free. It took a couple tries, it took a couple different locations, but she's patched, guys. So it can happen, there's hope for us leakers. I derailed myself with a story of hope. That's okay. Buddy, I wish you could talk to tell me where I was. Oh yeah, okay. So I was talking to the leaker friend, and she said she didn't take it that way at all when she read it. She was like, I don't know, maybe it just means like it's a go. But what I have finally come to take from it is that it's a go means at least they can help me. It's a go means at least they really do think that I'm leaking and at least this is really gonna happen. At least they're gonna keep looking until they find something, I assume. Best case scenario, they found a spot on my MRI and now they're down to try patching there and we can skip the whole put the dye in my brain part. Wouldn't that be cool? That's been literally my #1 prayer of 2023 is to not need dye in my brain. So that means I'm gonna turn into migraine Jen. Surprise, surprise. But if I get patched, maybe there will be no more migraine Jen. Then what are we gonna do? What's kind of wild about this is there was totally a chance that my case went to this conference with all of the leak specialists and they saw my images and they decided that they didn't think they could do anything to help. That totally could have been something that happened. The outcome of this could have been, well, Jen, you're SOL, you're back to the drawing board. Am I dying? Gross. My chronic illness journey has been riddled with things like that. It has just been full of times of hope that things were gonna get better, and then times of despair where they got way worse again. When Diamox was a miracle for me, back when I was getting high pressure problems because I hadn't figured out my neck yet, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the jackpot. But then Diamox didn't work out, and then I had to get off of it, and now I'm back to doing this crap again. For the first many years, I thought it was a forever thing. Bye, buddy. And now with this conference over with, I'm just overwhelmed that now we're one step closer to really having, thanks, buddy, a cure. A cure. I wonder what the odds are of actually getting patched, of actually getting better. Should we Google it? Let's Google it. Sorry if this is repeat info from the last video, but I have really been having trouble identifying myself as a leaker. I really have been having trouble saying that out loud and having it be something I identify with. I've always been migraine Jen, and then I was high pressure for a while, and I still do have high pressure days, but this leak stuff is much more prominent, and now fixing the leak is like forefront of my mind. I can't believe all of these specialists think they can help me. What are the odds of getting cured from a spontaneous CSF leak? Even before this meeting, and even before my spinal MRI, my doctor did seem pretty hopeful that I could have a good outcome. That was based on my brain MRI, based on the findings in there, and those findings being indicative of a CSF leak and not really ever being indicative of anything else. This is a study with 81 patients, 20 with spontaneous and 61 with non-spontaneous CSF leaks. That's things like if you got a lumbar puncture or a surgery, an obvious cause for your CSF leak. It's talking about pachymeningeal enhancement, which is something that I have on my brain, showed the highest sensitivity for intracranial hypotension. And that's something I have, 80%. So that's good. This is too much. And I don't think I should even look. That's why I haven't looked yet. But guys, what if they can actually fix me? So that means there's hope. So I wanted to talk pretty directly to some of you guys who have lost hope because of your normal blood tests and your normal MRIs and your normal x-rays, normal CTs. Just based on my own anecdotal experience, doctors can be way off when they tell you that you're normal. I have had things in range for like many, many years, guys. I have had the same MRIs that have been read as normal by one doctor be read as abnormal by a different doctor. It can happen. So just because one doctor thinks something is normal doesn't mean it is. It might just mean that that technician wasn't trained to look for a certain thing. Or it could mean that whatever that thing is such a cutting edge finding that literally the MRIs that they learned were normal back in med school weren't actually normal at all. That's something I just learned about. So if you're someone who has lost hope, don't give up. See if you can get a second opinion, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth. And I have more good news of hope for my brain fog people. Everyone who I've talked to, which honestly is not that many people. I'm turning into migraine Jen. I'm starting to feel pain. How many people can I realistically talk to? I know, but everyone who I've talked to who has had severe brain fog like this for many years, where they're either in high cranial pressure or low cranial pressure for a number of years, and it just makes them hazy. You guys know that hazy, even if it's chronic migraine with no cranial pressure problems. All of them have had their brains totally recover. So you know that saying, here today, gone tomorrow? It's like, gone today, here tomorrow. I literally can't think of better news than that. So not only do I feel hopeful that I might not have the horrible migraine cycles and these dips and fluctuations in cranial pressure, I also feel really hopeful that my brain might actually come back to its full capacity. Right now, I only have my brain for a little bit of time during each day. But I'm really hopeful that maybe if we find a leak, and maybe if I get patched, then maybe I'll be back to normal and I'll be smart again. Feels really mean to myself to say that out loud. But of all people to understand what I mean, I think you guys understand what I mean. You guys are my people. And it's very overwhelming to think about that maybe happening. Yes, the CT myelogram is supposed to be super, super painful, but I really am a lot more concerned with how my body will react to being punctured. Will I have trouble healing that puncture? And also to the dye, whatever dye that is, because if there's a side effect to be had, I am likely to have it. But now that I've been marinating on this message for a couple of days, now I'm naively hopeful that maybe I won't have to get that myelogram at all. What do you guys think? I think I'll be able to hear back from you before I even hear back from the doctor again. No, I did not email him back again. As tempting as it is to be like, What do you mean by it's a go? Do you mean it myelogram or it blood patch? You guys are the perfect people to ask though. Let me know. Do you guys think I'm not gonna be migraine Jen anymore? Leaky Jen? You think I'm not gonna be leaky Jen anymore? I don't know, man. We have a lot of hope though. You should be hopeful too. And guys, even before I figured out about my leak, I was able to live a really good and happy life as migraine Jen. I still am. I still am able to live a good and happy life the way that I am. It's obviously going to stir up your emotions to have hope because you know it might be taken away. And so you don't want to give your heart to it. Obviously, this waiting time is gonna be hard. But don't worry, because we're going to be happy no matter what happens. Having hope isn't gonna mean that my faith and livelihood is all going to rest on this doctor and this team and their ability to make me better. It's not like that at all. I'm gonna be fine. I'm solid the way things are. But guys, what if? It's a what if. It's a thought experiment. What if we just get a blood patch? Poof. So what do you think? Was I wrong? Go have you say bye to Buddy. Where'd you go, Buddy? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Look at that potsy veiny hand.